Hey guys, Bevo here, and I'm going to do a 3-video series on one of my favorite toy lines in the past couple of years, and that is the Marvel minifigures by Mega Bloks. These were a blind bag series that Mega Bloks did, and there were 3 different series of them, 1, 2, and 3, and overall there were 25 different figures. I will look at each series individually, and we'll have a closer look, but before we do that, of course, we're going to look at a quick look at the packaging. This is from Series 2. As you can see on the front, it shows which figures are in the series. You've got Marvel, Series 2, and then, of course, which mystery figure will you get. The great thing about this series is that right here, you probably can't see it, but stamped in is a little code. So you could get on the internet and find which code goes to which character. And so that way you didn't have to just buy to try to get all of them. It made it very convenient. I really like that. This series is similar to the Halo series, which has been very successful. Unfortunately, this doesn't do quite as well. It got canceled after Series 3. But wait, here's a look at the little insert that came into it that shows you. It tells you which series. There were 3 different levels. There was Common, Rare, and then Ultra Rare. The Ultra Rares, I think, per box on shelf there was only 2 of those figures. But anyway, on the back it shows some more products by Mega Bloks. And then how to assemble the figures. Series 2 came already assembled. But Series 1 and 3 you had to assemble yourself. They weren't very difficult. But anyway, let's take a closer look at Series 1. Alright, and this is Series 1. Originally there were 8 figures in Series 1. Later, Series 1 was a re-release, and they got rid of 2 of the figures, and it was just 6. They got rid of Battle Damaged Iron Man and Armored Spider-Man. As you can see, I have 9 figures up here, because also when they re-released Series 1, they repainted the Iron Man, and we'll take a closer look at that in a moment. But as you can see, these figures also came with 1 Mega Blok with them. You did have to assemble them, they weren't too difficult. And we'll start with looking at the Iron Mans. As you can see, they're the exact same sculpt, just different painted. I believe they were trying to make it look more like the movie when they repainted them. I like the classic look. As you can see, they're very similar. They both have 2 accessories with them that are sort of these fireballs or lasers or something shoot out of their hands. But anyway, we'll look at the articulation first. Their head does swivel. It does go up and down a little bit. At the shoulders, there is a joint. You can move in and out a little bit, and it does rotate freely. There is a elbow joint that moves a little bit, not much, and then there is a wrist rotation. It's a little bit stiff. There is a waist joint that moves around, and then at the hips there is a ball joint. You can move in and out a little bit. And of course, you have move back and forth. There is a knee joint. And then the ankles are stationary, but for a small little figure, that's pretty good articulation. These were about $3 each when they first retailed. You might be able to find them on sale now if you can. But anyway, that's Iron Man. There was a Battle Damaged Iron Man originally. As you can see, it is the exact same sculpt and the same paint, except for there is detailing. This supposed to look like it's damaged, like burn marks or metal scraping. It's kind of a silvery and black. This was actually the hardest figure for me to find. With it not being re-released, it was a little bit difficult, but not too bad. Still inexpensive. Then up next we have War Machine, which is the same sculpt as the Iron Man's, just painted differently. It is a silver and gray. And of course he does have his little gun pack on. You can remove his head and take this off. Anyway, there's War Machine. He does have a gun and some sort of missiles back here. And then up next we'll look at Spider-Man. Here's, of course, is a very classic looking Spider-Man. He has his Spider-Man logo on his chest. Very nice paint detailing. Has his webbing. Classic blue and red. He has 2 accessories. One is sort of a shield that he can either, there's a place where he can put it in his back or he can hold it. And then I believe this is supposed to be webbing that he's shooting out of his hand. So it's blue webbing. But anyway, there's Spider-Man. Up next we have Armored Spider-Man, which is the same exact Spider-Man, just different color, and it's gray and black. Kind of a dark gray and light gray this time. Once again, you have the same shield and webbing that he can hold or carry on his back. There, I can see the Spider-Man logo, same kind of webbing detailing. So that's Armored Spider-Man. And then we have Black Spider-Man, which is a slightly different sculpt. He's a little bit thinner, a little bit more defined abs. As you can see, he is holding his shield in his hand, and then he has the webbing. A different logo, of course, across the chest. A solid black, there's no webbing detailing. But that is Black Spider-Man. And then we have Venom, which is taller than the other Spider-Man. It's a very different sculpt, a much bigger chest. There's paint detailing on the back and the front, and he has two webs coming out of his hands. And then his face, of course, you have his trademark kind of grin, smile, teeth. But a very cool Venom. And then, of course, the ultra rare was the Green Goblin. He is holding a pumpkin, and he has sort of a satchel. And then, of course, he is on his flying board. Anyway, there's the Green Goblin. There is sort of a scaling detail on his arms and legs, and then, of course, the rest is just purple. So he has his wide grin and his hat in the back. That's a very nice figure. So anyway, guys, that is Series 1. And let's go have a look at Series 2.